let's talk about the best ways to do your bookkeeping as a self-published or indie author. Hi, I'm Sarah from smallbusinesssarah.com, where I help small business owners get a handle on their bookkeeping and taxes. I'm sure you did not self-publish your first book so that you could get mired in the world of bookkeeping and taxes. You are a creative person who wants to write, not be drowning in paperwork. In a previous video, I showed you how you could do your self-published or indie author bookkeeping with QuickBooks Online. And QuickBooks Online is a fantastic choice for the larger author business, especially when you begin selling on other platforms like Shopify or maybe using Stripe, things of that nature, and selling direct to your readers and customers. But in the early days when you're just getting started, you need to have a way to very easily and simply do your author bookkeeping without all the hassle, without extra expenses. You know, in the early days, it's always important to keep those expenses as low as possible. Also, in the early days, you might not have separate bank accounts. Now, I do recommend that you eventually separate your business and personal finances and get separate bank accounts and credit cards for your author business. But in the early days, you may not have that. And so that also makes QuickBooks not the perfect choice when you're just starting out. So let me show you what I have created. I have created a spreadsheet, a bookkeeping spreadsheet, specifically for authors. You'll notice that the income categories that I've created are exactly the sources of income that you may have. For example, Amazon royalties, Apple royalties, audiobook, draft to digital, Kobo, and other. I did add direct book sales in here as a line if you've just got a little drib and drab of that. But like I said, if you start getting more direct book sales and you're using a program, especially like Shopify, then it might be time to switch to QuickBooks Online. So I put in some sample data here just in the month of January. So our little author business did $2,000 in gross income in the month of January, which is awesome. And of course that carries over here to the full year. The way I entered in those figures, by the way, and the spreadsheet does come with a full instructional video, is just come over here to the January tab and you click and you find your category and you add your amount, and it's easy peasy. But let's go back to the P&L because this is where all the fun happens. Then we move on to expenses. And in our little sample, we spent $300 on advertising. We've got editing, proofreading, cover design, audiobook production, graphic design, legal and professional, and the list goes on. All the type of expenses that you might find as an indie author. Total expenses of $894 with a net income of $1,141. I think that is a fantastic month as an author. And of course, you can add in your values on each monthly tab from either directly from you would just pull out your bank statement or your credit card statement and then type those in real quick. And if you still have your business income and expenses running through your personal, that works okay with this spreadsheet because you can just take a look at your statements and pick out which ones apply to your author business and then add those here. And then, of course, once we have our nice profit and loss, this is information that we can use to file our taxes at the end of the year. Schedule C, most likely, if you're a sole proprietor or a single member LLC. This is all going to be ready for you. Not to mention that the royalty information is probably going to tie to any 1099s that you receive at the end of the year, so you're going to be set. And then we have a pretty dashboard for you where you can look at different charts and graphs and be able to visualize your numbers in various ways. So like I said, this spreadsheet product I created specifically for self-published and indie authors. You need a way that you can easily track your income and expenses so you can file your taxes and stay compliant. but you need something that is low cost, easy, low barrier to entry. We don't want to waste a lot of time with this. You can purchase this links down below. I hope this spreadsheet provides you with the financial answers and numbers that you need so that you can make better decisions for your business and ensure that your self-published author business is in fact profitable, or at least gets there eventually. Good luck, and come visit me at smallbusinesssarah.com. If this video was helpful, I would love your like or subscribe. Thanks so much. Bye.